The Valley is home to some of the longest running farmers markets in the state. The Amherst, Northampton, and Greenfield farmers markets are over 40 years old. Our farmers markets are an important source of commerce and community building for both farmers and residents. Today we have with us Devon Whitney Deal, the local hero program manager at CESA, community involved in sustaining agriculture, and farmer Maureen Dempsey, who is also with us from Intervale Farm in West Hampton. We visited Intervale Farm last week as they prepared for the Florence Farmers Market. Let's take a look.
The season starts in the greenhouses, and we raise bedding plants, flowers, and vegetables for sale, and then all of the crops that we grow ourselves, all the vegetables that we're growing for production, we raise there also. Today is Florence Market. I came over this morning about 7:30 and started putting all the trays together, gathering everything, getting all the plants organized, making sure I had enough of everything, vegetables, plants. But we try to pick all of our greens and everything fresh, so they're fresh going to the market. 65% of our farm income is done at the farmers markets, so it's a large portion of our farm income. It's a way for people who do not have the exposure to come into an urban setting or a town and sell your produce. We are on a very rural spot here, and it's somewhat isolated. It's off the main road. People do come here, but not anywhere near as many people as we sell to at the farmers market. We've been doing markets for a long time, and so over the years we've sort of figured out what it is. Like, it changes because your customer base changes sometimes too, or people's interests change. And we like the fact that it's a local product that you're picking fresh. It's not something we picked 5 days ago and then we're going to take to market. Picking it fresh is really important for us to take it to market. And I think that maybe customers know that because they'll tell you how much they like your produce, how good it tasted. And so there's a lot of satisfaction in that also. It's you directly with your customer. You've raised this product, you've harvested it, you take it to market, and then they give you very positive feedback. And it's a pretty big job because you have to harvest everything, you have to wash it, pack it, get it ready, put it in the cooler, unload it from the cooler, put it on the truck, go to market, unload the truck at market, and then load up at the end when you're all done. So it's a fair amount of work packaging and getting things ready, and then you're there for the whole time. And Rick and I both do the markets. We don't send anyone else to do them. We've always done them ourselves, and we feel like we have a good relationship with our customers.
So I think my favorite part of that was the asparagus. That asparagus looked really good, and those purple petunias. I think I need those for my garden. So Maureen, let's start with you. How long have you been farming for?
I've been farming 32 years at Intervale Farm. The farm belongs to my husband's family. It was first purchased in 1936 as a dairy. His grandfather ran it as a dairy. His father then ran it as a dairy, but when he became time for him to start to run it, he did not want to do dairy. He didn't want to do animals. So he was at school studying crops, agronomy, and so when he came back, he started to run it in more of a horticultural vein, growing field crops and greenhouses. And we still have livestock, but not cows, not dairy.
Okay, Devon, how important are farmers markets to local farmers?
Oh, they're extremely important. The farmers markets give young farmers an opportunity to really enter into the market of direct selling. It also helps established farmers make a livelihood. So we are fortunate in the Valley to have so many markets that give our farmers an opportunity to make a living at farming.
And just you don't have to tell me all of them, but how many farmers markets are around? I mean, they're plentiful, and people can go out and buy local?
We are very fortunate. In the Pioneer Valley, we have 38 farmers markets all around. And those markets, some of them will run all year round because we have 4 markets that are winter markets that happen, in December, January, February, and March, in the middle of winter. So we're very lucky. And if people need to find a farmer's market, you can look for the locally grown farm products guide that CESA produces. And in this book, we actually have a farmer's market section that will list the farmer's markets by town. Okay. So yeah, we're very lucky.
And you think about it, I mean, people are busy and you want everything fast, right? Why should they come and buy from you as opposed to going to the grocery store?
There are a couple reasons. Number one, often at a farmer's market, you're talking directly with the person who grew the product. If it's a plant, you can ask them, how do I grow this broccoli? How far apart do I put it in the garden? If it's food, you can say, how do I prepare this kohlrabi? I've never seen it before, you know, and so we can give people those answers to those questions directly. They can ask, when was this harvested? Did you pick this lettuce this morning? We can say, yes, we did. So it's a direct relationship between the customer and the farmer.
And what about the prices? Are the prices comparable to?
Very comparable, especially when we're in the middle of the growing season. We actually have done, I manage the Greenfield Farmers Market as well, my own time, because I love farmers markets. And we actually did a little price study of our own last summer to compare our prices to places, big box chain stores. And I was quite pleased to see that come June, July, and August, when you need a head of lettuce, you can go to the farmer's market. It takes an extra step. You may not be able to buy your milk at the farmer's market in addition to all the other items you need, but you're really supporting a local economy. You're supporting the local farmers that are growing all of these items. And as Maureen said, you're building relationships. And there's a community aspect to farmers markets too, that farmers markets are very engaging and a great place for parents and kids alike to see their neighbors, to meet their neighbors, and to eat the freshest, best tasting food they could find.
And I noticed there's some local restaurants that buy from farmers markets. How do you encourage other restaurants to come to you as opposed to a different place?
There have always been local chefs that will come over to the farmers market on Saturday morning, on Wednesday, and just shop the market and shop at different vendors and pick up the things that they need for the week for their menus. I think it's just a time. If you have the time and the restaurants are right there and the market's right in the city, particularly in Northampton, people can walk over and talk to the grower. Sometimes you can even set up, like next week they might need a case of lettuce or something like that, and you could set that up too with them. It doesn't have to be just what's on your stand that day.
And can it be financially sustainable?
A market can be. I will tell you, Carly, it's really important that we support the markets. In order for a market to be successful, we need customers. That is the key component. If we have customers, then the markets can then have a wide variety of vendors that can make a living at selling the produce or the fruits and vegetables that they're selling. It also allows the market to have a wide, diverse range of products, meat, poultry, cheese, the fruits and veggies. Markets have grown to be so much larger than they were when Maureen started, when Northampton began 40 some odd years ago. But it takes commitment on the community members' part to frequent them and to make them viable for the farmers to keep coming.
Okay, Devon and Maureen, thank you so much for joining us. Now I'm thinking strawberries. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, very soon.
Thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you for having us.